When I saw your profile, I was like, she likes black guys. I could tell the type of woman who likes black guys.
You guys ever dated a black guy before?
Yes.
Or the white girl.
They like fetish?
Yeah. Is it true that once you go black, you never go back?
Yeah. I see it a lot in girls, especially at nightclubs. I was talking to a girl in a bathroom and she was saying that she only goes to this club just so she can see them. And I'm like, what do you mean, damn?
What? You never ever heard from your...
Like my birth parents?
Yeah.
They're both passed away now. My dad when I was very young and then my mum when I was 12. So I was living out of home. I was staying on my friends' couches, staying in my car.
Welcome to the Rabasha Family Podcast. I am here with a very special guest, guys. Listen, guys, we're always trying to bring you guys new guests, new amazing people, especially when it comes to the young generation out here in Australia. You know, we touch in the world. And Jaeda, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
No worries. How are you?
I'm good. I'm hot. I'm ready to go.
That's what I want to hear. So, Jaeda, look, I messaged you on Instagram. I was on a random thing, and sometimes I just told you earlier when, like, if I message someone, it kind of feels weird because it's just like, well, I'm not sliding in your DMs. We want some professional thing. But what I will say is your profile looked very interesting, and I was like, she needs to come on the show.
Yeah, it's very much, you definitely have to like suss it out to see if someone is actually trying to work with you or just trying to work you know what I mean? But yeah, my Instagram, I didn't really take it seriously. I've only started maybe like 6 months ago trying to be like, okay, like I got the look, but I didn't have the look online. So I was like, okay, I can work with this. I got some things I could do. So I started tweaking it and it has worked clearly because I'm here today. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's a small baby step process. It's a process for sure.
So like what have you been doing on social media to get that presence?
More just like actually putting effort into my photos. Like I did, but like I didn't at the same time. And like, you know, like posting photos that actually like show the best side of me and like what my followers would want to see, what they're following me, like what they're following me when they post. You know, kind of sussing out like what they like, what they don't like, what's getting me these collaborations with deals and, you know, some engagement groups and things like that. Definitely all help.
Okay, cool. So before, you see, I want to go back to that, but before we get into that, we got to know the origin story. So let's rewind it all the way back. Where are you from? Yeah.
Well, I'm from Melbourne. I'm a little country girl. Was born and raised down there. I stayed there till I was like 19, and then I got a job offer in Sydney. Middle of COVID, and I just packed my bags and was like, let's go. And I just shoved everything in my car, quit my job, started this new job, and yeah, I was only meant to be here for a year. I ended up quitting that job that brought me here, and I was going to go home. I ended up just staying. I was like, screw it. I think I've got a lot more to bring to Sydney, so I'm going to stay and see how I go.
How many brothers, sisters?
I've got a few, bit of a tricky one. So I have 2 stepbrothers that I grew up with from when I was a baby. And I have 2 half brothers and a half sister as well.
Whoa. So you're the ones that you lived with, they're from your dad?
Well, we're getting into it already. We're getting deep from the start. No, I'm actually adopted.
Oh, wow.
So they're not related to anyone. I was adopted into that family when I was 4. Yeah, but they're my brothers. I don't refer to them as my stepbrothers or my stepparents. They're my mum, they're my dad, my brothers, yeah.
Oh, wow. And like, what's their nationality?
They're Aussie.
Aussie, okay.
But my actual background, my mum is African American and my dad's Italian. Oh. Not that you can tell at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got African American.
No, I know.
What do you usually get?
Like, I normally get like WOG, like you're a type of WOG, and I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. I'll take it. I mean, I didn't actually know, because obviously like adoption's hard, you know? So I didn't actually like deep it until I was like 13. And then like I knew I was adopted from a young age, obviously, but I didn't really like put that much like thought into it. And then I used to always cook Italian food just because I loved pasta. My mum would get so frustrated because I would cook like 3 or 4 nights a week. She'd be like, you always cook pasta, you always cook lasagna, you always cook bruschetta, why? And why? I'm like, I don't know, I just like it. Like, I love it. I love pasta, I love cooking. And then I was like 15, Mum's like, you know, you're half Italian. I was like, you wonder why I cook pasta.
Yeah.
But it was always something like when I started cooking when I was like 10, 12, it was always pasta. I'm like, the Italian runs deep. I didn't even need to be told to know I loved pasta.
Yeah. So it just runs naturally. So you never ever heard from your, like, is that the word, maternal? Your
Like my birth parents?
Yeah.
They've both passed away now. My dad when I was very young, and then my mum when I was 12.
Okay. So like when you, like growing up, did that ever affect you? Of course, like you had come from a loving home, it seemed like, you know, from your adopted parents, but did that like play into
Of course, like adoption, as I said, like adoption is tricky. Like adoption is not easy on anyone. Everyone has a different mindset of it, you know, like it was very different for my brothers and my sister to me because they weren't adopted, you know, and I was. But when I was younger, so I lived with my mum, obviously, until I was taken, and then I lived in foster family, and then I was adopted. But it was funny because the adopted family, her son is now my dad. So I always grew up with those families. So she's now my grandma. And just because I was with them for so long, like my dad was like, she's at our house like every second day anyway. We should just adopt her. But because I had like 3 maternal figures, like going to primary school, I used to be like, I have 3 mums and a dad. And everyone used to be like, what?
Oh, wow.
Everyone thought my parents were in some weird like sex cult thing going on. But I didn't understand that not everyone had that. Obviously, like I'm a baby. I'm only like 8 to 12.
Yeah.
And one day I remember I came in, I was in grade 6 and my mum had just passed away during the summer holidays over Christmas. And I came in and everyone's like, how was your holiday? And I was like, it was really bad. My mum died. And then my mum walked in and everyone's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
But yeah, it didn't affect me then. Like it was funny then. But like then obviously when I got older, it did suck because like no matter how loving my family is, I will never be their blood child. And when I was younger, it affected me because I'm like, what if I was actually a child? Or what if I grew up with my Italian dad and my African American mother? Maybe I would know Italian, you know, maybe I would know, like I want that WOG family and I still yearn for it, but I was angry as a teenager. I was like, how dare you put me in a situation where I couldn't live with my family. Now, obviously being a mature adult, I'm okay, but like I still yearn for like the Italian side and like the African American side, like my roots. Like I crave my roots and I yearn my roots, and I always think like, I really want to marry an Italian man or something so I can get that feeling of, you know. But yeah, we'll see where we go.
So you want to marry an Italian?
I don't know. Like I just I crave that side of them. I think it will be bringing me a little bit closer. Not just Italian, like African Americans as well, you know.
Yeah.
But I do, like, in my head believe that I might feel a little bit closer to them if I do marry one of the 2 ethnicities. I don't know if it's true. I might marry them and be like, nah. But at the moment, I'm like, maybe I do. Like, my best friend's Italian, and when her mum comes, she only speaks Italian. She doesn't know how to speak English. But it's always just cooking fresh pasta, and like you're working together and you're teaching, and I'm like, you know, and you're making your own tomato sauce and you're making your own salami, and I'm like, I'm so like drawn to that. I'm like, I want that so bad.
You love that, yeah. you know, can I be honest with you? When I saw your profile, I was like, she likes black guys. So now, like,
what made you say that?
I don't, like, I'm the type of nigga. Oh, I'm the type of guy like, like. I can kind of tell. I could tell the type of woman who likes black guys. I don't know. There's just like a vibe.
Yeah, it's funny. Like I've only like just started, going for the, and when I say just started, I mean in like the last like month. Like normally Italian, Greek, Lebanese, any type of WOG I'm in love with. Like the look. And like, I don't know, I love it. I love their values, and I love just the way they compose himself. I'm like, oh, amazing. And then like recently I've been like, ooh, this is something different as well.
To the dark side.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and in terms of like the Italian, so my next door neighbor growing up, my best friend, Italian, and so Nonna was always there.
Yeah,
the
Nonna,
food, like,
Dada.
so like, yeah, the culture. I mean, Italians can be quite racist, but like the culture is pretty cool, you know. And I fuck with Italians, and I always, you know the mafia movies.
Yeah.
Like like I'll even do some music video like with rap, and a lot of rappers, like especially the African culture or African American culture. We kind of, no, I shouldn't say we because I'm not African American, but the culture likes them type of movies. But so wait, what made you want to come over to, you know what I'm saying, like the dark side?
It was a boy. You know, he caught my eye one night on a night out, and I'd never not looked at them, but never like gone for them. You know what I mean? And my ex is Macedonian, so white and well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then we were talking for like 6 months, and then I was like, oh, I like this. And then it just kind of spiraled from there.
Hey guys, this is Eve Rabasha here at the Just Co offices, made for entrepreneurs by entrepreneurs. You see, we're living in the greatest time to be alive, where you can use the power of social media, where you can get your voice out there, your brand. How can you put yourself in the front position? How can you use and utilize a media network to be able to build your brand? That is the mistake so many people make. They don't know how to build brand. They don't know how to use their voice and the art of communication to storytell. We have that platform, the Rabasha Family Podcast, made for entrepreneurs by entrepreneurs, where you could utilize the power of social media to get your voice out there. You're gonna either do two things. You're gonna keep scrolling, or you're gonna take action and create history with the revolutionists. You have one choice. Don't be like the 98%. Take action now. So what, you like light skin, dark, chocolate, like what's your...
I mean, the guy that like introduced me, he was light skinned, but like we've moved along from him now, and now the guy we just met, he's very dark skinned.
Hey, shout out to the dark skin, man. I've been telling people, you see, when I was growing up, like always used to be light skinned guys, like, oh, like that was the in fashion thing, but like I was actually talking to someone now, but nowadays, like dark skin, like, I mean, we just always been them niggas, but people now are starting to recognize it.
Yeah,
but,
I don't really have like a type though, or like a look. Like obviously, like if girls say they don't go for looks, they're lying. And there's a little tiny bit that the girls will go for looks for sure, even if it's not the most important thing. Which to me, it's not the most important thing at all. It's definitely the personality and the values. Like my ex-partner, he's probably not everyone's type. He was my type.
the Macedonian?
Yeah, he probably wasn't everyone's type. He was my type. It's what interested me. And, you know, but, you know, a lot of people look at us, and I was taller than him, and everyone be like, why? I'm like, if you're really going off looks, why? If that's your whole thing, no. So that's why I'm kind of like, you know, obviously at the moment, but like, it's not like the only thing. Like I don't go on like dating apps and stuff like that. I mean, I don't have dating apps, but I wouldn't go on dating apps and be like, I only want black guys. I only want Italians. If you're there and we vibing, then let's go.
You know what? I like that, because I also don't, I wouldn't say I don't like it, but you know, just that the white girl.
They like fetishize them, and it's
I don't
gross.
like that. Yeah, that's a bit gross. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
see it, and I
you
feel
see
like,
it, huh?
I see it a lot in girls, especially at nightclubs and stuff like that. Like I was talking to a girl in a bathroom, and she was saying that she only goes to this club just so she can see them. And I'm like, what do you mean them? I'm like, what? I was like, they're not people that behind a glass screen. Oh my god, look at them. It's really gross. But like that was like really recent. That was like last weekend. But I think recently, just like being out in clubs, especially in Sydney, you see it like a lot, and it's like there's a difference between having a type and like fetishizing a race. And I'm like, you're crossing the line. Just a little bit. There's a line. You jump in it.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. You're right. Yeah. So that's the thing in Sydney, huh? There's the group of girls who just go for black guys.
I mean, like, I'm not going to speak on other people.
Yeah, but like
just,
in general.
Yeah, like sometimes, you know, you do see it, which is like, if you have that type, if that's your type, then that's fine.
Yeah,
that's
what
your
you
type. You can't help who you're attracted to. But there's a way to go about it.
Cool. So are you single at the moment? Or?
I am single.
You're single?
I've been single for like 4 years.
Okay, so you guys, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the options there. But I like what you said in terms of the looks part. Like, it's so true. Like, even for men, you know, you see a girl, and she got a fat ass, she's thick, or whatever the case is. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? There has to be that attraction. But like, I always advise, like, yeah, go for the values, the principles. You know, can you raise a family with this woman? You know what I mean? Is this someone who can, you know, help your money grow? Can you guys build an empire together? Like, that's what it's about. It's no longer about just to, you know, bust a nut. Like, no, like it's cool to meet someone and have that spiritual essence, I feel, and then the physical comes later.
Also, not even like long-term stuff, short-term stuff. Like, what are they doing right now? How are you both growing? What are their habits on the weekend? What are their habits during the week? What do they do when they get home at the end of the day? That's like a big thing. I know I was talking to someone, and they were very adamant that little girls don't go out. Little girls don't go to the club. Little girls don't go out drinking with their girls. Little girls don't do blah, blah, blah. In my mind, a loyal girl is loyal wherever she goes. And to me, like, that's like a big red flag for me. If a guy doesn't trust me to go out and doesn't like it if I go clubbing with my friends, you know, stuff like that, that's a red flag on me, because I'm a very tolerable person of a lot. Like, if a guy wants to go out for a big boys weekend and stuff like that, I'm all for it. I'm helping him pack his bag, because at the end of the day, like, it's trust, you know what I mean? And, you know, like, if he wants to go to the Gold Coast for a weekend, I've got to have, to be with you, a sense of trust. I'm never going to date you if I'm like, oh, what if you cheat on me? If I have those thoughts, we're not together. I would never say yes to being your girlfriend. So if I'm your girlfriend, I'm like, you go. Here's $500. I don't give a fuck. Have fun. You know what I mean? So if I have that, I expect it back. But it's all about loyalty and stuff like that. Cheaters are going to cheat, and if you're like that, you're scum, but you know what I mean? But loyal girls will be loyal no matter where they are.
Yeah. You know what? I like that. I really like that. And it's so true. It's so true. Like, you know, even for me, I've never understood the insecure type of man. Like,
you never know, things that could have happened in their past.
Yeah, I know. But it's just like you said, like, for me, if I have to have a doubt, then I'm not going to be with you. Now, I had a situation recently, I don't know if my girl want me to speak about it, but like I might be like, oh, babe, do you have to wear that? Like, I'm cool with you going out and doing your, you know what I'm saying? But then, like, she'll check me and I'm like, I bet, you know, do your thing. But like, yeah, I feel you, man. And the same goes for us. Like, if we go out and do it, like, me, you got to trust me as a man to stand on principles and not get swayed.
For sure. And that's not to say that you can't have, like, boundaries. Like, that's not to say me being like, you've got to trust me, and then him being like, oh, I'm not comfortable with that, but I can't say anything because blah, blah, blah. Like, all for having boundaries as well, but like communication and boundaries on like both ends like have to exist at the same time as well, I feel.
Do you feel, this could be a little deep question, but like that, you know, and you kind of said it a bit earlier, like you maybe wanting to be with an Italian man because of your dad's Italian, right? Yeah. Because of your dad, do you feel in a way like you look for that dad type of figure in your man?
I mean,
subconsciously, and you
probably. Know? I mean, obviously, having like your parents pass away young, but like I did still have a mum and dad growing up. But I think I just look for that heritage part inside a man. I think, like, if I was with an Italian, but you know, maybe they didn't really do everything. They were, you know, like whitewashed Italian. I mean, it wouldn't like turn me off, but it probably wouldn't entice me as well, you know? Like, where not my ex, but the guy after him when I first moved to Sydney was also Macedonian, and like I went to his grandparents' house, and like we made like the tomato sauce, and we made the salami and stuff like that, and like that type of stuff. Like he was so into it. He was so excited. He was like, "Oh my god, all weekend, 48 hours, we are just making sauce, and we are making salami, and it's going to take us 3 days, and then we can have pasta for 12 months and never buy sauce." And I'm like, "Oh my god, I love this. I'm so excited. Let's go." He's like, "Oh my god, really?" I'm like, "Yes, oh for sure."
Cool. So you like a real traditional masculine.
It's just different energy to what you're growing up with, which I think, I feel like maybe if the circumstances were different, I would have gotten to experience that. I think just wanting to experience that is what like makes me, like, my heart warm. You know, like when I get married, I want a big family. I want a big, you know, obviously like when I was with my partner, he, being Macedonian, like Christmas and birthdays were huge. You know, you get 30 cousins that come over, and you know they're all kids running around and everyone's yelling and there's food everywhere. And I was like, oh my god, I love this. Like every time I was like, can I come? They're like, yes, more the merrier, mate. I just know that that's what I want. I don't want 2 kids. You know, we go see your brother and he has 2 kids, and Christmas is 8 of us. No.
How many kids do you want?
I mean, I don't want like a litter of kids. You know, I'm not about to have 16 children.
No,
I mean, maybe like 3.
That's the ideal number.
Yeah,
3 is a good number.
But like, I want like my kids to have lots of cousins and stuff like that, and you know, just heaps of family just living close by, and just being like, okay, we're gonna go to Auntie's house. Let's go, you know. And we have a big Christmas and stuff, you know, and no one can hear anything. There's rubbish everywhere, and there's food splattered everywhere. Like, I just can't wait for that.
Traditional, huh?
Hope my mum doesn't see this. You better not be pregnant. But yeah, no, I cannot wait for that.
Yeah. Well, how old are you?
22. So not yet.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
28, I'd probably want to start being like, okay, let's go.
28. Yeah. That's like, and like that's a mature age as well.
Yeah. Well, I think it gets older and older as the generations go. Like my mum was like 26 when she had her first kid.
26.
And like her mum, my grandma, was like 19 when she had her first kid. So I feel like it's getting older and older. But probably like when my kids are like 18, I still want to like do stuff with them. You know, I don't want to be like in a retirement home when they turn 18.
Yeah. Like I want to be a young dad. Like I'm 27, so like of course like, you know, and now is like my focus is just building up this empire, building it up, and that's why just like every day I'm focused. You know, I'm just so locked in. But like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? I want like be young pops, like, you know what I'm saying? Imagine like me, my kids are 18, and then, you know, black don't crack, so I'm finna be looking when I'm like 40, I'm finna be looking like I'm
like
like
45, being like, bro, let's go to the club.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's go to a bar.
You know, so yeah.
Hey guys, I'm here at the headquarters of Pro Visa Services, where you can get first-class professional service. You see, life is all about the service that you provide other people. How can you obsess over other people's problems? How could you obsess in the finer details in order to achieve your dreams? As a first-generation African immigrant, know what it's like to live here in Australia. The beauty, the life, being able to see my loved ones every single day. And we know so many other people want to be able to share and cultivate that experience. Well, here at Pro Visa Services, you get just that, a family environment where you're able to make your dreams come true. Make sure to follow Pro Visa Services and the Rabasha Family Podcast.
Yeah, but you know, yeah, it's interesting because like, and that's why I love like podcasting, because, you know, you look, you know, on your Instagram or something like that, but like to see like your thoughts, to see your opinions, like this, it humanizes you in a way, like, you know what I'm saying? People, maybe they go on your Instagram, but like, yeah, to hear you talk and to see your opinions, and you know what I mean? Yeah,
I definitely think that, I mean, social media is a concept, and social media is fake, guys, and you only give you only see what people give you, you know what I mean? So people think they know me, they think, oh, she's a slut, she's got her titties out in every photo and blah, blah, blah. And she's partying like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and she's just does nothing and wastes her money. I'm like, no, that's what I want you to see, because that's all I'm willing to give people, and that's fine. Like, I'm allowed to have my privacy, and so now that I'm taking my Instagram seriously, I don't want to share every aspect with you guys, you know what I mean? I want to give you what I want to give you. So if that's me partying and you only think I'm a party animal, then guess what? Cool, I don't care. That's what I'm willing to give you, and that's all I'm willing to give you, which I love, because so many people will like meet me and be like, oh yeah, like I follow you. I'm like, yeah, I follow you too. Like, oh, you're actually like so different, and like I thought you were like a bitch on your Instagram, but like you're actually like awesome, you're so nice and blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, good, because I just want people to think I'm clubbing. Good. Meanwhile, I have 4 jobs and I'm making bank and I'm running this and I'm running that and I'm doing this for people, I'm doing that for people, you know. I'm going here, I'm like, it's private though, and you don't know about it.
I like that.
You just see me doing shots at the bar, I'm like, yeah, it's just a secret.
Yeah, you're making your money. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm making my money. I'm putting it away, and it's no one's business.
Yeah, and I think that's it's cool to have you on this podcast. You're just going to get higher, but I think that's a very interesting thing that you just said there, like about social media and what you want people to see. You know what I mean? Like let me ask you a quick question before I go on to my next question. What was your first impression on my Instagram?
I think we could do better. It looks good, but I think we can grow it. But it's good, and what you're doing is really good, and the marketing is really good. You know, like when you're in the suit shop and stuff like that, and showing your lifestyle. You know, it's a lifestyle page. Like you're showing a lifestyle, and you're showing people how to achieve a lifestyle. And I think it's very enticing to people. You know, like I have some nice things. I don't have as many nice things as you have, but people look at you and be like, oh, he's got a nice car, he's got a beautiful girlfriend, he's got nice clothes. How do I become him? You know what I mean? And I think that's you as a brand in your Instagram, if it's fake or not, you know, that's kind of what you give people, and people will recept to that. Whereas me, I give the party lifestyle. I give that lifestyle of being like, I'm on a yacht and I am half naked in a Dior bikini and I'm living life, or I'm at this party, I'm at that party, I'm meeting this person and that person. And I do get a lot of messages, what's on the weekend? Where can I go? Where are you going to be? Where can I see you? Can I wear this? Can I borrow this? Where did you buy this? That's what I'm giving. I'm giving people like that party lifestyle, that, oh my God, look where she is today type thing. Which is not to say that I have crazy followers. I don't have crazy followers, but I just have that look of being like, oh my God, that looks awesome. Where'd she get that?
I like that. Wait, just real quick, what can I do better on tell me, what can I do better?
Well, it's all like how much you reach out to people. I mean, I'm talking like shit at the moment. I'm not, but I am. Like, I am not the person to be like, I do this, and your account is going to grow. I've kind of just been mucking around with my Instagram and trying new things to see what I can do. Like I said, you read what Meta posts and you read what Meta puts out on the internet, so you can do better. So, they said, okay, so we don't like when you use a bunch of hashtags, only use 5. Okay, so I changed that and I do that. I found a Instagram engagement agency that doesn't ask you to give them $80 from 2,000 followers or something like that. Yeah. No, never do them. I found an actual one that actually works. I'm like, okay, so I joined that. That really grew my Instagram. And then actually doing good content that my followers, what are they liking? And redoing that, if it's a photo shoot on a Lamborghini, they love that. Okay, awesome. So the next time I did a photo shoot, I did it on a yacht. Oh my God, they love that. I recently did a group photo at the Crypto Castle from 6 to 8 months ago or something, and it's not doing as well. And it's because it's the Crypto Castle, but it's not. It's with a group. It's not just me, and I'm a little bit more covered, and you can't really see the mansion behind me, stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, so they don't like that. They like when it's just me. They like when it's a cool location. They like when the photo's nice and crisp and stuff like that. So that's the type of stuff. And you see, like, what videos and what photos of yours are doing well, and like branch off that, that type of stuff.
Hey, we may have to put Jaeda on the team. You know what I'm saying? Because you actually like you made me think, because like I'm on this social media, and like it's changed my life. Like you said, like I've taken the approach more like I'm just documenting my life. You know what I mean? And that's why I believe in the power of YouTube. Like I do vlogs. Obviously we have the podcast now, but like I'm obsessed with like the branding. You know, if you build a brand, and that's why I'm having people on the show. We've turned this into a business, like to come on your show and tell your story and build that personal brand. You have those podcast clips to market.
And that's where it starts.
That's where it starts, the personal branding. You know what I mean? Like even for you, you come on here, like now people are watching you and like I fuck with her, like she cool, you know what I'm saying? And then that just helps you market who you are, helps you market your personality. And even the game you gave about the hashtags with Meta, I'm gonna go and do that. Like I've been putting hella hashtags because I'm like, damn, I need, you know what I'm saying? You know, all
and
these
I used to do that too. I used to be like 20 hashtags, like bang, bang, bang. But Instagram tells you if you want to grow. Like Instagram's not some secret agent that's trying to hide. Like the social media will tell you how to grow your business, and they will tell you how to grow your accounts. It's there. You just gotta use it.
Tap in, like I seen, and because I've been keeping an eye out, like my Instagram, to be honest, the views on because I'd be putting out good reels and I put like 4 or 5 a day, they're growing. Like I got one lot, you know, so I'm like, but that could be better. And then I also noticed like TikTok now, they're like, you see the thing they've put like 10 minutes, so now TikTok, they want you to post longer videos, so obviously they're gonna push your content if you're posting longer videos. So you're right, it's always looking at trends. And going back to another thing you said, like you're showing people what you want them to see. There's strength in that too, because now that's how you get brand deals. You know what? Let's give her the deal. Like if it's a party company, or like you said, you're in that type of thing now, but there's also strength in that. Do you think, would you say that, is there any negative aspects out of it in terms of?
I mean, definitely. Like, I obviously have haters in my comments.
Oh, you have haters?
Yeah, I'm not in my comments, in my messages, but it's a lot of men that I don't give a shit about. That's a lot of guys being like, all you do is post your tits, all you do is party, all you do is this. And then like, because I do a lot of promoting in Sydney, and I work for Viral, which is always in the city doing photo shoots and collabs and stuff like that. I know a lot of people. I know a lot of DJs, I know a lot of security guards, I know a lot of managers, I know a lot of owners. And so I always get comments like, no man's ever gonna love the girl that hugs every bouncer she sees. I'm like, do you think I can? Do you know the last time I paid to get into a place? I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just like it's good that you don't care, because bro, if you're taking time out of your day, you're taking valuable time out of your day to write, whether you're in the comments or to message you a negative comment, that says more about them than it says about you.
Yeah, like if you really feel the need to go out of your way to hate, and don't get me wrong, I'm hated as well. Sometimes I see shit and I'm like, the fuck is that? But you know,
you don't go out your way to message them or comment.
Keep it to yourself. Like, just live your life. Okay, move on. Let's go.
You get any hate from shorties, girls?
Not publicly, but I'm sure I do. I'm sure I do. You know, I'm sure I've talked to the wrong person here and there. So my posts are getting sent to some girls group chat, being like, "Look at this bitch. Like, she looks like a whore." But I'll live and let live.
Nah, you pretty cool. Like, what's your vision for like?
For like my life.
Yeah, like career-wise as well.
Well, I have, like I said before, like I have 4 jobs. So I'm always working. I love working, but I'm wanting to retire early and make my money. So my mum is like my like inspiration. She is an accountant. She loves being an accountant. I hate math, but she's good at money and she knows how to work money. And she's bought like 4 or 5 properties. Probably not the best ones, flipped them. All of them have money coming in to pay off the mortgages. And half of them are paid, like, I think 2 we've paid off, and 2 still have a little bit left. And she's quit her job. She just works like part-time here and there. My dad's quit his job. He just works part-time here and there. One of them's a holiday house, so they do a lot of like working, like cleaning that, make sure that house is good, it's at the snow. So they a lot of maintenance of houses in those type of destinations. So they just spend a lot of their time just doing that. And I'm like, that's amazing. And then I was like, bro, real estate. So I'm hoping my birthday's in July. I'm hoping to buy my first house. I don't know if I want to live in it yet or if I put someone in there, you know, raised a vein, but then I'm like, do I do it in Sydney or do I go to like somewhere like Queensland or get an apartment in like the Gold Coast, holiday destination, Airbnb? I don't really know. I think for my first property, I've got to like play it safe. But that's what I want to do. I want to do exactly what she did. I want to buy a bunch of properties and have investment properties just go and make money, and then grow and grow. My ideal situation, but I do not know if it will work, but I've been told it will. I want to buy a bunch of buildings to turn them into daycare centres. I want to give people my business idea. But in New South Wales, there is a waiting list for every single daycare in the state. So there's a market, and people need them, and people are never going to stop having kids. So I think if I buy a bunch of buildings and let them be daycares, I'm just money pit.
So you buy a building and then let
the owners make it into a daycare. So I'm only the real estate.
They just pay you rent.
Pardon? Yeah, they pay me rent. But like, yeah. But obviously, because it's a business, it's a lot of money that have to go into like stuff like that, and a lot of paybacks that I would get as the owner. Because I'm a building manager now, and I look after apartment buildings. So I kind of know what people want. There's 2 daycare centres attached to both of my buildings. So like I talk to the owner all the time. So I know like there's a market for it. So I'm like, if I get older, I get more money, that's where I'm going, daycare centres. Don't steal my idea.
Even if they won't be able to do it as good as you, so.
Yeah. Exactly.
Hey, no, you a hustler, man. You a hustler.
Always. I love working. That's why I have so many jobs, and that's why I never say no. I don't know how to say no. If I see money, like I will put money before anyone. And my friends don't get it, but my friends that do what I do, that do get it, like they get it. Like I will ditch you to make money, and I'll have a job and be like, okay, I'll come out after the job, and then they'll be like, look, if you keep working, more hourly, I'm like, okay, yeah, done. Sorry, birthday, I will make it up to you. I'll privately make it up to you, but right now, I would rather make money. I don't want to go out clubbing, I want to make money.
That makes so much sense. You know why? Even for you to be here, sitting where you are, you're on game. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be honest, I thought, because, and like I try to tell people like, hey, come on the podcast, but they just don't get it. You know what I mean? And yeah, you get it. Like, the fact that you showed up here, like, again, this will market your brand, but still, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just that mentality. I can see it now. It makes sense. So now that you're telling me this.
Literally, like, when we had, like, the break fight, I literally set up a shift at 9 p.m. tonight. I'm like, yeah, done. Okay, I'm going to go here, going to have a shower, go to the gym, have some dinner, and I'm coming into work. Like, yep, done. See you then.
Oh, so you got another shift tonight? Yeah. What's this job for? Right.
I don't know if I want to say it.
Yeah, you don't have to. She got 4 jobs, guys, man. God damn.
So I'm a building manager. I do some admin for an Instagram engagement agency. So that's kind of just whenever they need help, I do that. I work for a luxury party bus called El Presidente.
I know you're watching this video, but real quick, please guys, make sure you take the time to like, share, and subscribe. Go and hit the subscribe button so we can keep giving you guys content, so you guys can be notified as soon as we drop some news and information that's really going to help you. And then another thing, guys, and by the way, subscribing, it doesn't cost any money, nothing, no dollars. Just go in there, hit the subscribe button. Again, Spotify, make sure you download our episodes on Spotify. We are exclusive to Spotify because we are getting that deal. You know what I'm saying? We're getting that $1 million deal. So if you want to listen to the Rubasha Family Podcast, you have to go on Spotify.
And I do some other stuff as well that I can't say. But it's not like OnlyFans or something like that. Don't get the wrong idea. It's not that, but it's just some secretive stuff.
She moving like a mafia wife. You know what I'm saying? You moving. You got you're gonna get in the properties.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I've been offered another job during the summer, which I might take on if I have time. It's a stewardess on yachts. My friend, she runs a company that works for those big yachts that people hire out, and she needs a few more. Shaky free, and I'm like, I'm not, but I'm down. I'm here for it.
You got 4 jobs, but you know what I'm saying? Hey, you just, call me. Yeah, you got an interesting mindset. And going back, we may have to also get your mum on the show. We need to talk about them properties, bro. We need some game on that.
She's good. Yeah. She's so smart.
We have that room there is an Airbnb. Okay. So we rent it out, and it's like this. It's like we
Money
don't even
pit.
pay rent. We don't pay. It doesn't come out of our income.
That's
you know
amazing.
what I'm saying? Because like the Airbnb helps pay it. So like you to do that at like you go 23, you get that property. Good on you, and then you get another one. Would you? Let me ask you, man. We could talk about this. We're gonna have to
We
get.
can
you on
talk
the
about
show
this all
again.
day. We should just shut this and just chat.
Let me ask you, if you meet a man and he's like, listen, Jaeda, you don't have to work. You know what I'm saying? I got you. I'm gonna provide for you. What would you do?
I actually got asked that on the weekend, and it was a guy I was working for. He's a dentist, but he doesn't really do dentistry anymore. But he owns a lot of practices, which obviously, again, where he gets his money from was real estate and stuff. And he was like, yeah, like imagine if I came to you and was like, you don't have to work anymore. Like, what would you do? I'm like, that would be awesome. But my thing is, because obviously I'm working a lot to provide for myself, because I want luxury in my life. And at the moment, I'm single, so how am I gonna get there? I'm not about to tailcoat off a man. I'm gonna do it myself and not answer to anyone. So if you wanna step in and take the ball and be like, I can do it, okay, that's great. But it better be to my expectation. And if it's not, that's fine. Let's keep working together till I get what I want. I don't wanna ever look at my bank account and wanna be, okay, I can afford that. I don't have to stress about money. I don't have to worry for my next paycheck. I want to be like my kids. Okay, yeah, done. You want that? Yeah, let's go. Obviously, I would always teach my kids about your money, but I never want to worry about money. And I do want like luxury things. I want a nice car. I want a big house. But at the moment, I'm the only one that can give that to me. So I'm making it for me. So definitely, I would love to give up my work, and I'd probably still do the real estate thing to keep the money going. But I would stop working as much as I do now. 7 days a week is a lot. But in my mind, if a man wants to come in and take the ball, he's better be ready to provide exactly what I want, or else we just work together until we can get to there.
Till you get there.
And then we will both stop.
Yeah, I like that. Like like a lot of women in this generation are just takers. Like, what can you give me? What can you give me? What can you give me? But I like how you said that. Even if you can't, because it's hard for a man, this day and age. Like, we got to go out there. We got to be creative and innovative. For me, that's what I feel as a man to provide. But at the same time, it's like, well, we can build it together. You know what I mean? So I also like that.
I don't want to rely on a man. I don't want to be like a gold digger. Like, obviously that life is beautiful and luxury, and that's exactly why I want it. But I don't want to ask someone for money, man or not. Like, I don't want to ask someone for money. Like, when I first moved to Sydney, I was in a really, really bad financial spot. My partner and I had broken up a couple months prior. My mum and I were on really bad terms, so I was living out of home. I was staying on my friends' couches, staying in my car. It wasn't like I was homeless, but it was my own choice because I refused to go back home because I'm stubborn. And I was like, no, I can do this by myself. So I started Menulog, and I started, earning money, and then I got my own rental, and then I moved to Sydney. But obviously, like, that transition of full-time work and then coming to Sydney and being like, okay, it's like part-time, and then build my way up to full-time. It was kind of like just that uncertainty of money, and I had to ask my mum for money, and I had to like, can I have money? I'll pay you back whenever I get paid, whenever I can afford it. I don't ever want to do that. If it's my mum, if it's my friend, if it's my boyfriend, if it's my husband, I don't want to be like, can I please have some money? Like, ew, yuck, no. I don't want to ever ask for money. And I've been there, and I have asked for money, and thank God I've got great friends who have been like, yeah, here's $100 and stuff like that, because they always know I'll pay them back. And I'm very lucky to be able to be in that spot to ask people for money. I know now that I still have those people that would, but I just know when I'm older, I don't want to be ever asking someone for money. I want to be able to be like, okay, this is what I can provide, so that you can provide, yeah. And I always, even now, my mum is always now, she's saying this, and I agree. She's like, no matter what, she's like, if you get a serious boyfriend or a husband, you're signing a prenup. I was like, yeah, sure. she's like, you've got a lot to lose, they've got a lot to lose, you're both signing prenups. I'm like, okay, sure, okay, mum.
hey, your mum definitely finna have to come on the show. We're gonna talk about that off camera. Where does she live?
Melbourne. We'll get her on the phone.
Yeah, you're gonna have to call on the phone. Yeah, hey, we will. No cap. I ain't kidding.
Yeah, done.
See, I'll even travel now, but because like that sounds like, and that's again like, Jaeda, this is why I'm so passionate about this, because like even just listening to you, like everyone has a story. You know what I mean? Everyone has a story, but like my respect for you just went up another level. And now for real, like people are gonna fall in, when this comes out, like and of course I'll put clips shit out. I'm crazy, so I might even edit something tonight, but like, yeah, I think with just people will see another side to you. And even just talking about the money thing, like as well, I've been in that spot, I lost my job recently.
Yep.
Or yeah, kind of recently. I like to say I fired my job, but what I'm saying, yeah, I fired my job. And it's just going into this entrepreneurship, like going full steam ahead. And like what I'm also realizing about money, that money is frequency, it's energy, it's a spiritual thing. You know what I mean? And I learned, like, if I tap into abundance, how many times do we wake up and of course social media can play a part in that, but it's always external. It's always, but like, no, money is an internal play. And if you can figure out the internal of like, nah, I'm already abundant. I don't care if I have minus 500 in my account. If I know I'm truly abundant, the money will come. And then now you already got the game where, you got mom doing her thing, you know what I'm saying? So now you have the game of, okay, now I'm gonna let this money grow for me.
Yeah. And that's also like, not to say that in my mind, money is everything. It's not. But it is definitely what drives me at this moment in life. Like, obviously my family and friends are more important than anything. I will, like I said before, like, I will stop hanging out with my friends to make money. Yes, but, I always make it up to them, and they're always like very important to me, at the same time. And when I didn't have money and I had, negative, and I was doing menu log till 2 a.m. in the morning just to cover my rent to live in Sydney, no matter what, like I would never try and like make it someone else's, like issue. Like, my best friend has 2 kids. They're so cute. They're little 6-year-old twins, and they're so cute. And they had their birthday not long ago, and it was just like a bad month for me, and I'd blown through everything, all my money through bills and stuff, and everything was in savings, but you don't want to touch that, even if you are desperate. And I had $15 in my bank account at the time. I mean, I am paid in cash a lot of the time, so that's why, but on my bank account on me, I had $15, and I wasn't getting paid for 3 days, and I was like struggling. But it was their birthday, so I was like, I don't care. So I went to the bakery and I got them all like their little donuts with the little faces on them and stuff like that. And I spent $10 on them, and then I went to Macca's and I bought a Happy Meal for myself, and that was my dinner. And I'm like, it's all I can afford at the moment, but like it's coming, it's coming. And like it's juggling, but it's coming. If you work it, it will come. And that's not even like to say money, that's like anything. That's like friendships, jobs, like your Instagrams, your social medias, if you work at something, it will come. Like if you do it right and you do it correctly, whatever you're working towards, it will come. You can't do something and have no repercussions from it. Everything has a repercussion. You just gotta keep going. Just keep going. Don't let it shit on you. Just keep going.
Yeah, I had even like, I've had these little instances, but even yesterday, like I took my parents out to dinner, and like the money kind of went from my account, and I was like, damn. But then I was just like, no, like I saw myself, I said, no, I'm taking my parents out to dinner. Lady hit me up, hey Eve, I need a video edited. I was like, yeah, pay me up front. You know what I'm saying? And it just came, but like, no, like you said, it's gonna come. And I like how you said that earlier, where you said, nah, I'm not going back. I'm gonna thug it out. You know what I mean? You'll always be all right, but it's that process in between of your mindset, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I'm actually so glad that I went through that when I was younger, because obviously my parents sheltered me from all the hardships in life, like any parent is supposed to do, give you the best that they could. And they did, I went snowboarding every single year of my life. I went to Japan, I won a scholarship, and I went to Singapore, and they paid for that. Like, they gave me like the very best. So to go through that when I was older and being a rebellious teen and living on couches and stuff like that, it sucked. It was horrible, and it was really sad. And it was really sad, especially like being a girl, you get your period. If you're living in your car, where are you showering? Where are you changing your clothes and stuff like that? Those things that you don't think of, like those things were so hard at the time. And like, I don't even think my mum knows this, because I didn't tell her. And then there's only a few people in Melbourne that know. Like, people in Sydney don't even know. Like, the car that I drove in here today is that car that I lived in. You know what I mean? But I'm so grateful that I went through that, because I'm like, I will never be in that position again. I never will. I don't even care if I have to do manual log again. I will drive my car until 2 o'clock in the morning. But I think being through that was like, okay, so it can get bad. It can get bad if you let it get bad, you know what I mean? And it drives me with everything. It drove me to make more friends. It drove me to be more confident, to put yourself out there, stuff like this. You know, I don't like saying no to opportunities because you never know. You know, like right now I'm in the casting of being in a TV show. Can't say which one because I already signed the NDA. I could be on it, could not be on it. I don't know, I didn't say no, you know. I don't know, it's just, why not?
Hey, they may have to put you on that show, man. That's great marketing for us.
I know,
just
before you got on the put TV this show. Clip in there, I can meet Jaeda.
Bro, you get on that TV, hey, you let me know. We're going to put this out there.
You can be my cameraman.
Yeah,
just follow me.
Hey, nah, that's dope. And again, like you coming here, I really appreciate your time. I wanted to get to one more, bro. Like we're gonna do a couple episodes because like you're cool. What about shares? Do you put your money into the stock market?
Honestly, that's something that I need to get onto. So it's like the one thing that I haven't, because I just do not have time. But I have bank shares. So I have shares in ANZ and like Bendigo Bank and stuff like that. But that's something that you don't touch. Also, guys, if you're young, if you're 18, get into bank shares and never touch it. But I don't have like actual shares because I just need to learn about it. I know nothing about it.
Nah, like the bank thing is good. I love how you do that. And then there's this app called Rise. So I did it and I wasn't supposed to take it out, but don't take it out.
Tempting,
but like,
yeah.
It's like it takes the money away for you. So like, for example, you set it on $50 a week. That's what I was doing. $50 a week, and it puts it in ETFs, which is like it's not the ones with high risk. It's just the ones that will grow slowly over time, even if it's 6%, 12%. I was putting $50 a week to see how that compounded. I was just like, wow. Imagine when I'm 40. Imagine when I'm 50. Like, so shares, imagine you have real estate, like, bro.
My friend, her dad did something similar to that. I don't know if it was the bank one or something else. I think it was something else. He put in like $5,000 when she was like a baby and just like left it. When she turned 18, he gave it to her. It had something like $40,000 that was just sitting in there. And she's like, okay, I'm leaving it. Left it for 18 years and never touched it. And it grew so much.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Have you ever thought of starting a podcast? I know it's a scary thought at times. Where do I start? What equipment do I use? How do I produce a whole show? Maybe you're someone out there who loves yourself and loves the message in who you are and how you're spreading your unique gifts out to the world. But you just need a platform to do it on. You need a platform for people to be able to go and hear your unique and valuable story and how you're impacting people's lives. Well, here at the Rabasha Family Podcast, we're really proud to be able to use podcasting to change the world. We have been doing this and it has changed our life. For us to be able to market and be able to tell our stories of people around us and the way it's impacting and adding value to people's lives. You are that person. You have that gift. You have that talent. And that gift and talent needs to be seen. It needs to be heard. Your downfalls, your amazing moments, your business needs to reach more people. That is what we do here at the Rabasha Family Podcast. So for a select few, we can have you as a guest on our show. For me as the host to ask you questions about what you do. This is a skill, creating this content, being able to film, produce it. It is a valuable skill that we have learned and we want to utilize that to help as many people as possible. So you'd have me as your host, ask you questions, get to know you and your business and how to build up your personal brand. We're then able to market and repurpose content from the podcast on all platforms, including your network. So if you really want to be in touch, if you want to be a guest on our show and be able to use marketing material from this valuable podcast, from your valuable story out to more people, we have that available. If you need help and assistance in publishing and producing your own podcast and just don't know how to go about it, how to do it, and you need that assistance, we provide that service as well. Being able to fully produce, edit, and publish your podcast on all networks. And maybe you just need a consultation call, some help in order to, how can you go about this strategy? Strategic ways into thinking on how you can use your podcast as a funnel for your business. You could use the podcast as a funnel for your personal brand, for people to know the face, for people to know your amazing story. If just one person can be impacted from your story, that is what matters. This is something that 100, 200 years from now, your legacy will be remembered by. So the link in the bio, there is a form for you to fill out. Go out there, fill out the form, and we'll get you started on how we can help your personal brand today. Is there anything else you wanted to say? As I said, this is gonna have to be like, I have an idea as well. We can talk about it after, but because it's just cool again, like to hear your story, like honestly inspiring, like, you know, from being homeless, sleeping in your car, like what you've been through. I think we can even touch more on the relationships part, but are you, so let's go back to the relationship thing real quick. Let's go back to that a little bit. What do you, what's your situation in terms of, are you kind of like, nah, I'm kind of on my single thing right now, I'm focused, or if it happens, it happens?
I'm definitely, if it happens, it happens. If you look for love, I'm a big believer, if you look for it, you will never find it.
If you look for it, you'll never find it.
If you look for love, I don't think you'll find it. I think you'll find what you want, but not exactly what you need or what's good for you. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely like a strong believer, like it will come. But I do obviously would love to be in love and to have someone to share my accomplishments with, but at the moment, like, I am single, and every now and then I'll allow myself to start talking to someone, but it's a constant, you know what I mean? Like, it is really hard to put down your work and like give someone 100% of your attention, which is what people deserve, you know. And I'm really bad at messaging. I'm pretty sure I have like 500 texts right now, and like I think I have like 32 DMs right now. And it just looks like a chore. And I would never expect someone to just get like a reply from me like every 3 days. Like, who deserves that? No one. So if it comes, if someone can keep up, if someone entices me, like, that's not to say like I'm too bougie, blah, blah, blah. But like right now, like, you know, there is someone that I am like interested in, and he does keep up with me, and he knows that I'm really busy, and he also has a busy schedule. And it's never, I'm ignoring you. It's always, I'm just doing my thing right now, and I will message you as soon as I can. Like, as soon as I have a second, I will text you, I'm so sorry, I'm busy right now. I'll talk to you later tonight, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it would be nice to just be like, to come home to someone and be like, I did this today, and I crushed this deal today, and at work I did this today, you know? And be like, oh, come on, let's go out tonight. Let's go get dinner. Because I go to dinner by myself a lot. Like, I don't care. Yeah. I want to spoil myself. I'm going Mateo's downtown. I'm messaging my friend. I'm like, come on, I'll take you to dinner, baby.
Yeah, I'll be doing this. I take myself out on a date and shit like that. I do that, yeah.
I want to dress up, and I want to eat food. Like, there's this Asian restaurant right next to my house. They do really good steak and a good like fried rice, like little platter thing. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm going. I'm taking myself out to dinner. But yeah, you know, I don't know, love is complicated, I think, but it will definitely come, I think. But at the time, right, God has a plan. Yeah. I don't have someone right now because God has a plan.
Yeah, I agree with you in terms of that. Looking for, like, for me, even like with me and my girl, it just happened naturally. And one thing I was telling, I think my brother this, but one of the things I'll say was one of the perks about being single is you don't have to worry about anyone else apart from yourself. That was one of the if I say this, especially like now in my life where I'm so like, I get you. Sometimes I even feel bad because it's like I'll be editing or I'm doing something. I'm so zoomed in, but at the same time, it's just like, yes, I gotta check myself. But like, Eve, I'm putting time because, you know, like you really, and that's how I know I really love this person. Because I'm, you know what I mean. I'll go in and
you want to give them that attention.
I want to give that time. I want to put away time from my schedule to be like, nah, you know, let me, you know,
spend time with my loved one. Yeah, which is exactly. Which is like, that's good. Like at the end of the day, I know I can go to bed at 2 a.m. and no one is worrying about me, and I'm not worrying about anyone, and I can just go out for a walk, and I don't have to answer to no one. I just crawl into bed and I'm going to sleep. You know what I mean? Like that's different, but like you gotta like keep yourself in check, because people deserve your answers. People deserve your time and your commitment,
Exactly.
which is fine at the same time.
And I also like how you said like in a relationship, like that's my homie, it's my best friend. You know what I mean? And it's like hey, I crushed this deal. She told me, and let's go out to eat, or let's go do this.
And you should want to you should have that want. Like I don't like replying to guys, because I'm like, what are you trying to do? You trying to sleep with me? Are you trying to be my boyfriend? Like, no. So I don't reply to you, and I don't be like, oh my god, I'm gonna text him later. Oh my god, he texted me. Oh my god, he blocked me. I don't care. I don't care. So until I find that person, I'm like, oh my god, I get to text this person later. I get to hear their voice, like, the sound of them. That's one thing I miss about being in a relationship. I've been single for like 4 or 5 years. Just like hearing their voice and being like, sweet music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's good, man. Leave these guys alone. Just you seem like that too. Again, like I was pleased that you did reply in terms of coming on, because of course a great opportunity, value.
You're lucky I did, because I went straight to the the message requests. But I always like look at the message requests, like the hidden ones, and because I'm like, who's sliding in the DMs that we don't follow and we have no mutuals that hides them? And then you were there, and I was like, what's this? I'm like, so you're lucky.
So like when you saw my thing, like what was your impression? Was like, is he? But of course you went on my profile, but
at first, like just by the message, like the first thing I thought was like, are you trying to like slide in? And then like I was like, who is it? Like what podcast? And then I was like, family podcast, and I saw your girl, and I like looked into you, and I looked at your tags and all your stories. I'm like, okay, we're good.
Yeah.
He's fine.
and I think sometimes as well, like also having a girlfriend as well, and the fact that like I'll post my girl, I think it's a good thing if I'm like, let's say when I approach someone like you to come on a show, like I mean, of course, maybe some men can use that to
the advantage as well,
way.
yeah.
But in terms of what I'm trying to do with marketing, like knowing that someone like you will bring people on the show, like it's good that you can. It's kind of like it makes you feel safe in a way, I guess, because even if I didn't have the girlfriend, I think you would still take my profile serious because of what I do. Like I'm about it, and that's why.
But definitely with your girlfriend on there made me feel safe.
Cool. She said definitely.
Definitely. Yeah, you gotta be careful out here, ladies.
and it's you're right. Like you came to this crib, like I don't know this guy. You know what I'm saying? She just pulled up to the crib, guys. You know what I'm saying? But now this has been a dope ass interview. I told you. We're gonna have to call your mom after this. No cap, I'm not kidding about that. You've been an amazing guest. I appreciate you so much for taking the time. Thank you. Oh yeah, am I a cool host?
Yeah, you're a cool host.
Cool. Well, like what? Tell me, why am I a cool host?
The drip. No, I'm kidding. No, easy conversation. Just like vibe that, match that energy. It's just easy to just converse and stuff like that.
Yeah, and to be honest. This is, again, I talked about my love for podcasting, but I'm this person off camera. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I realized that, like, do you know how many times in my life I'm talking to people and I'm like, this is a podcast conversation. You know what I mean? And just because I just love communication. I love tapping into people's story. I love storytelling. So, like, you know what I mean? Just turn the camera on and make some money from it.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
I'm a people person as well, but one thing I can't do is fake it.
Yeah.
I can't fake liking you. I can't fake a fake conversation. You know when you talk to old people and it's like, no, I can't do it. Like I can talk to like old people for like 2 seconds, but if it's like a rude conversation or something, I can't be nice. I can't.
Yeah.
No.
you know another thing I don't like as well? Small talk. Like, like my time's like you know what I'm saying? Let's get to it. Like especially when it's like, and I'm not saying like, because I've also realized this, and I don't like to judge people because the brain likes to judge and we like to judge, but I've also realized as I've gotten older, if I judge you, I'm only judging myself. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like I know when I'm speaking to someone who's serious about their thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I know if you're serious about what you do, you're serious. And I love to be in that environment, man or woman or not. Of course, I'm like focused on my team, but I love being in that energy of someone who's serious about their team. You know what I mean? But the small talk, if you ain't serious, like okay, I'll be friendly, I'm cool, but
this is no value.
You feel me? Where should they follow you? You want to tell them?
You can follow me on Instagram or TikTok, both at Jaeda_Chamberlain, and you can find me there.
Well, YouTube channel, what about YouTube?
I don't have YouTube.
You got the potential to be Yo, guys, you got the potential to be on YouTube, you know?
Where will I find the time to do YouTube? When I get a personal assistant, then I'll do YouTube.
Yeah, I see, again, this is another conversation in itself, and I know people, but like, you just sometimes just turn that camera on, man. Your life is content, whether you like it or not. All you gotta do is just, but anyway,
We'll get there.
That's a conversation for another day. Thanks,
day.
guys, for tuning into this amazing conversation. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, and that's a wrap.